AOC is coming out. She put a video up on Instagram, did this whole live stream thing. It blew up in the news, going through her near-death experience in the Capitol.
I had a pretty traumatizing event happen to me. And I do not know if I can even disclose the full details of that event due to security concerns. But I can tell you that I had a very close encounter where I thought I was going to die. And you have all of those thoughts where, you know, at the end of your life, and all of these thoughts come rushing to you. And that's what happened to a lot of us on Wednesday. And I thought I did not know if I was going to make it to the end of that day alive.
The reason I say this and the reason I'm getting emotional in this moment is because these folks who tell us to move on, that it's not a big deal, that we should forget what's happened, or even telling us to apologize, these are the same tactics of abusers. And I'm a survivor of sexual assault. And I haven't told many people that in my life.
Of course, that's just a small portion of what was going on there that day. And she, of course, is going to play the victim in this. I mean, that's the biggest thing that she's going to do. I think that's the only thing that she knows how to actually do. She goes through talking about her sexual assault. And look, I don't know whether we believe her or not, but it's kind of irrelevant because either way, it's unrelated to what happened in the Capitol. I don't understand why every time these Democrats have a point to make, they have to go further into the victimhood category. They have to bring up something unrelated to basically say, woe is me. My life's so hard. All these things that I've gone through are the worst. And then this was just the icing on the cake that just made it all that much worse in my eyes. That's the only way that they know how to behave. You know, the biggest thing is that her playing as a victim doesn't make her case any stronger against what happened in the Capitol, at least to anybody that understands how they play this game of victimhood. She defended this type of activity when BLM was involved. There was a tweet that she put out, and this was middle of last year, and it said, if you're trying to call for the end of unrest, but you don't believe healthcare is a human right, if you're afraid to say Black Lives Matter, if you're too scared to call out police brutality, then you aren't asking for an end of unrest. You are asking for the injustice to continue. That was her tweet, basically trying to minimize the violence that was happening during the BLM riots. 2 days, or that tweet in particular, was actually tweeted out 2 days after one of the police precincts was basically burned to the ground in Minnesota. Talk about tone deaf when we're referring to them not understanding what it is they're actually even saying at all. She can't come out and try to be this advocate for, or this advocate against the things that happen at the Capitol while also trying to vouch for what BLM did last year. It doesn't work that way. But wait, there's more to this story. So this is where things start getting pretty funny because, of course, we often say that people that are oftentimes making accusations are often guilty of the accusations that they are charging against other people. This actually basically happened to her. So there was a report that was put out, and this is from Representative Nancy Mace. She came out and put a statement basically saying, hey, look, I was there. I was next to her. AOC was never in the Capitol, or at least the portion of the Capitol that the actual kind of protesters were even inhabiting. So Nancy Mace says AOC wasn't even in the Capitol building where all the action was going down. If she was in her office, she was in the Cannon building, which is nearby, but a different building. But of course, many didn't get the logistics and just assumed that she was in the Capitol building. According to her, who was and off in the office in the same hall as AOC, 2 doors away. There were never any rioters in that hall, so there was never any physical danger from rioters coming in at any point. So this is right there, eyes on the ground, report. She was sitting right next to her, basically. None of that happened. So even if we were to take what AOC is saying at face value, which is still a lie and just stupid, and just her trying to play the victim, it makes her case even worse because we have a report directly from somebody that was there saying that never took place at all. It's once again that they are going to do this because AOC believes that the media is on her side. They believe that the media is going to agree with her, which they did, and they put out her statements and they talked about her. Oh, she came out about the sexual abuse, once again, having nothing to do with the Capitol violence whatsoever. They came out and they fully supported everything that she was saying because that's what the media does. And she knew that. AOC knows that. So she was just going to use it to her advantage. And of course, at this point, it's probably too late for most people to even understand what's going on, but the cat's out of the bag. She's a liar. And so that obviously is causing a lot of people to begin to make fun of her. There was the meme going around about AOC Smollett because it's just another big hoax. It's another hoax that she's trying to push in order to make what happened at the Capitol seem worse than it really was, to make it seem like it was so personal to her, it was so close to her, when in reality, it just wasn't. So she was prompted to come out on Twitter and make a response to this because she was now trending as the biggest joke over the last 2 days. And her tweet was, "This is the latest manipulative take on the right. They're manipulating the fact that most people don't know the layout of the Capitol complex. We were all on the Capitol complex. The attack wasn't just on the dome." Once again, she still is going to believe that the media is going to carry this story. This isn't her really rebutting what actually took place. She's just trying to find some runaround way of attacking the people that called her out on what it was. That if she had no reason to be in danger, if there were other people that were 2 doors down from her that also were not in danger, you didn't see them put out a video saying how much they feared for their lives. And yet you two were in pretty much the same place. Once again, just another situation of pushing this victimhood down our throats and expecting everybody to just believe it. It's no different than believe all women, believe all Democrats. Just take what I say, don't fact check it, just assume that what I'm saying is the truth, and then hopefully I'll just get away with it. She doesn't get to pretend to care about what happened at the Capitol when she completely ignored everything that happened with BLM and continued to let them do what they were going to do and never wanted to condemn it or anything like that. The fact is that she's upset because the fight came to her door. The same thing that she was okay with last year when it fit her narrative, she's not okay the second that she is subject to the same thing that she was advocating for. And that's the reality of what's going on. The only difference is the narrative, and that's it. You just watched a clip from The William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.